And welcome back to the PGL Major Offline Qualifier, day 4 of 4, our final day, and we're coming to the final matches of the major run-through of qualifiers. This started a couple of months ago with open qualifiers galore, closed qualifiers, minor championships, and now the offline qualifier. It all comes to an end over the next few hours as we head into our last 2 matches to find the last 2 teams to enter the major itself. 14 already there, and as you saw before the break, Immortals have finally become Immortals in the major. They are a major team. We're going to move on now. Dignitas versus Vega is our next matchup. We'll start with Dignitas, and we're back with Janko on the desk as well. Just when you look at this, people have said to me, God, how lucky are these 2 teams to get this draw? But that's just the way it is, isn't it, in this Swiss format?
Well, I mean, every system has its flaws, and this is the flaw of the Swiss system. There's no seeding coming into the draw, and you can't play the teams that you have played before in the tournament, which did influence some of the other teams, not in particular these 2 as much. But, I mean, it's not just about this matchup. Both of these teams have actually had a fairly, relatively easy road until now. I mean, for Dignitas, it was Renegades and Tengri, their 2 wins. For Vega, on the other hand, it was Tyloo and Optic. So definitely, from their point of view, a very, very fortunate development of the situation, the drawing
they're not
situation.
To blame, aren't they? It's not their fault.
No, I mean, you can only play who you get put in front of, right? That's the point.
Yeah, you can't hold anything against the teams.
No.
Just the format is what it is, and that's it.
And sometimes it throws up results that we've had here. The bottom line is, of course, that both of these are 2-2. That's the main reason that they're coming to meet each other now. Yeah. And Dignitas, they've had a bit of a weird kind of tournament, and yet again it kind of mirrors what happened in the open qualifier, the closed qualifier, the minor champ. It's like that every tournament they've played in to get here, which is pretty much the only tournaments they played in, by the way, they've had similar routes, which kind of means maybe they know how to win this game and go to the major.
I mean, if you look at the players, look at the lineup, there's plenty of experience in that. Obviously,
it's a major lineup for sure,
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. The Chromat is the only one that hasn't really had, this kind of experience. This is his first big tournament of his career, but everyone else pretty much seen big tournaments. So, yeah, I mean, the resilience of this team is actually remarkable. The way they beat Renegades earlier today, coming back from a pretty bad situation was pretty cool to see. And then on the Immortals game as well, on Cash, they were down, 3-12 first half, and they're still coming back into it, almost making it back. So resilience, I think, is the best word to really describe this team.
Yeah, they're one of only 2 teams that have a chance to go to the major that started in the open qualifier in the very first week, Penta being the other one that have already made it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone doubts this roster and the players that with given time, they can be a contender. It's just that now, realistically, looking at their play and, things like their map pool and so on, there are obvious flaws and holes in their game, right? Sure. I don't think they're major ready necessarily right now. I mean, with the draw and everything, they can make it in time. I'm sure they're going to continue improving like any team will, and maybe through a couple of months, we'll see them at more tournaments. But I mean, it is what it is. They have the opportunity to clinch a major spot right now, put in a lot of work before the major actually comes in, and iron out those mistakes that they've been making so far.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what they've been doing, isn't it, for the last couple of months with all these qualifiers. It's like losing, winning, like a cycle of we're learning more as we play.
And also, just looking at the play style they play is very simplistic. It's a lot about just quite fast-paced tactics. For example, in Mirage, they would take control of Connector very quickly and then just kind of run with it if they get the entries, or just ramming the bomb sites, do contact plates. That's the things they were doing against Renegades. That's usually the kind of things that quite newly formed lineups do, because it's easier to execute that kind of way. There's less room for error in those kind of situations where it's more about just running and gunning to a bomb site. So they definitely still have ways to go.
I mean, then they have mechanically strong players, good aimers, the likes of J-Chem, Croman as well, right? A good aimer, so try to utilize them, try to put them in a position to succeed.
Okay. Vega Squadron, on the other hand, is it fair to say they've had a harder road to get here? They've certainly won better games, haven't they?
I mean, to an extent, I think it's pretty even in that sense. They had games against Optic and Tyloo. Optic, as we now see, have been very, very underwhelming. Yeah. That game against Tyloo, it was a game of who is going to who is trying harder to lose the game. Pretty much, I mean, the amount of mistakes that Tai Lu made in some of the after plan situations and the decision making really made it easier for Vega Squadron to win that game. But we saw some great performances from them, mostly individually. That Tai Lu game, it was JR, Train against Optic, it was Mir. So you can see the potential. It's just a matter of, in some of those crucial rounds, the execution is just lacking, even if the idea is there. They lose to Penta 16-8. It could have easily been at least a much closer game. They've been having good reads. Penta comes to the bomb site where Vega is waiting for them, but they just can't execute. They just individually falter in the crucial moments, and the rounds fall apart.
I'll be a caveat here. JR on your screen right now. I personally have really enjoyed watching him at this time. I think he's been a bit of a revelation, actually. He wasn't maybe one of the players we looked at. We're all talking about Mir because we knew what he was like. We'd seen him against NIP. JR maybe flew under the radar a little bit, but he's proved his worth here. Yeah,
it definitely has been one of the key factors for his team to be here. So many clutches and impact factors he's had in a lot of rounds where his team might have not been anywhere near winning it. You know, winning a 1-on-4, was it against Tai Lu? That ridiculous one where people were running through smokes. Obviously, the help of Tai Lu was there part of it, but you still have to point and click with that mouse to be able to make those strikes happen.
Apparently, you have to press that mouse button.
Always the most difficult part of the game for me.
Always same.
That's why you're sitting here.
Yep, that's why we're here and there and there. In terms of the way that they played, how have you assessed them in the up and down that they've had?
I mean, I've liked the kind of aggression they've shown on the city side specifically. It's still, like Janko was saying, that they kind of tunnel vision on a lot of the situations when they once they are entering bomb sites. Like, they forget about the parts of, we throw the smokes, we flash in, we go in, but what happens next? Then no one really seems to be thinking at that point in time anymore. Becomes very individualistic, and there's no buddy system going on where you have those refrags coming in. You make sure if let's say in a map like Train, you're pushing in aggressively, you get very good positions and make it really hard for opponents to be taking the bomb site back. So that kind of seems to be their issue, that they just kind of forget about the team aspect of the situation after they are committed to a push.
Map veto's incoming, Janko. Dignitas have a very limited pool here. Is that going to hurt them?
It can hurt them. I think it's going to be very important who goes for the nuke ban here, and also Cobblestone to an extent, because looking at Vega Squadron, they probably don't want to let Overpass through, and they don't want to do the same with like nuke and Cobble. Those would be their 3 bans, but that means you let through Mirage, and Mirage is the map that Dignitas won twice in the tournament already. Vega lost it to Hellraisers with that very poor performance on the T side in their opening game. So I think they have to gamble and, you know, squeeze in a Mirage veto there as well, and leave it on to something like maybe Cash or Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas has alluded to the fact that they only have 3, maybe 4 maps that they are relatively 3 that they're really comfortable on. Mirage and Cash being them. I think Inferno is one of them as well. And then, you know, Overpass, they played it, but it's not, you know, it's not one of them that they're really comfortable on. So that's pretty much what they're playing with.
All right, let's take a look at the map veto and see how it's panned out, and it's going to be Inferno.
All right then.
Yeah, so they do go for the Mirage ban, and we see that Nuke was banned in the end by Dignitas, and you can see how Vega realized it. Like, they left it all the way through, so they realized they just need to make that gamble, can't allow Mirage to go through for Dignitas, and it pays off in the end. They get Inferno now. You know, they did have that sketchy performance against Tai Lu. I mean, it was 16-10, but it was a lot messier than maybe the result in itself shows. And then they really need to be focused in situations where, like, that's so important. Like, they have banana control and leave 1 player in banana as CT, 4 players are on A, and that player needs to play super smart. He can't be, you know, aggressive and challenging and fighting duels. He's just there to gather information. If he gets pushed late on into the round, he just needs to buy time for his teammates to come in from A to provide him support. We saw that guy aggressive outside banana, just holding gambling on his crosshair placement to get kills. He dies, even if it's a 1-for-1 trade, even if it's a 2-for-1 trade. Still, the T's get entrance into the bomb site. They can set up in any crossfires that they want. They have enough time, and it can be very difficult for your teammates to retake in that situation. So once you do, that's the hard work, getting into that position and baiting your opponents to come to you. Once you manage that, you really need to play out the rest of the round properly, because that's quote-unquote the easier part.
Okay.
And Inferno, it's a map Fox used to be really good on from a Dignitas point of view back in the days. You know, it was. I remember Cluj-Napoca, if you go all the way back there, when he was playing for, were they G2 at the time, I think they were?
Yeah, they were G2.
That was the one map he was always excelling on, just putting that hammer down in Banana. So going to be very interesting to see. Also, Dignitas hammered Penta on Inferno 16-2 at the European Minor. So yeah, this could be an interesting one.
It could be a lot of fun.
It's a great map for them on the CT side, right? You have a lot of skilled players. It's just what we heard from Rubino in some of the post-game interviews. The communication needs to be on point on this map. You need to be, as a rotator, to say, okay, I'm coming back to A, I'm holding a pop flash for you on B, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everyone needs to know what's happening because things can move very, very quickly.
Okay, thanks very much, gents. We're all ready for this particular matchup. Remember, it's do or die. The winner goes to the major. The loser is done once more for the major season. So let's head over to our commentators for this one. It is Henry G and Sadakist.
Yeah, last time Vega in the qualifier was the story of it, if you will, on the good side of the NIP win. 16-2 on cash. Never actually made the major, but it was the talking point. It was big for their promotion. Now against Dignitas, storied brand, organization's been in the major. It's a new team, so they actually have a chance to go a little bit further, but Dignitas have been improving throughout, and it's a map that they basically played, I think, 4 times at the minor.
Yeah, and they were getting better every single time. I remember you casting a particular game and saying their CT setters weren't good enough, and then the next day...
It was literally the worst one I ever saw.
Yeah, right? And then the next day, I spoke to them and I said, yeah, we're going to work on it tonight. We'll fix it for tomorrow. I didn't believe that, and they actually did. They turned out it was probably their best map overall for the entire tournament at the end. No one could touch them on it. They'll be starting on the T side here. As Paul said, do or die time. Winners going to the major. I would say Dignitas pretty happy with this draw. Vega Squadron, definitely one of the kind of unknown quantities, if you will, of this event. Hard-hitting team. They played Tyloo on this earlier in the tournament, 16-10. JR going off of the AWP. He'll be up against Fox this time. I do favour Dignitas, but we'll see how things pan out. 3 sets of armor. A couple of HE grenades, interesting enough, on the T side as well. Tensky got the HE and a smoke grenade. So those will be going towards top of Banana. Does a bit of damage towards Mer. Jacob trying to find the frag and return as JR opens things up.
Opens it up in deep. JR is going to back off. He's been tagged at 54. They're going to wrap onto him, but the rotation is already coming in, so he's realized as he crosses over Fox that there's a lot more going on in that position than he originally anticipated. So too behind. Oh, new box. Last bullet. Chopper hits Tensky, and he'll get Rubino as well. Good start for Vega.
Very good start. Quite a simple strategy there from Dignitas, using those HE grenades at the start of the game, trying to push off the CTs at the top of Banana, but they didn't check the sandbag position. That's a key fault there in their play, losing a lot of damage in a couple of players at that point, and then Chopper stepping up tremendously there from the new box. You pointed out with that silent USP, 3 frags for here, and that was a bit of a problem. No bomb plant going down. Has to be the force buy now from the terrorist. All 5 players getting involved. Tech 9s, armor, some CZs and PG50s in there as well. Jacob's got the Desert Eagle. He's a very good Desert Eagle player. We'll see what he can do. Only 1 rifle Vega Squadron here. That's the Famous, 3 UMPs, and JR's got the Scout. I criticised that, but he's actually been sick with the Scout in this tournament, so we'll see what he can do here. Against Tyloo, he was hitting all sorts of shots on their force buys. Chop up, investigates towards Banana here. Doesn't find much just yet, but falling back. CT is actually enabling him to hold that side by himself. He's got the only rifle, Chopper, so makes sense. Play at the top of Banana, try and get 1 frag and stay alive. That'll be his objective. We've only got 1 smoke here for Dignitas, so the very common smoke is smoking towards the left-hand side of the art side, just in front of the library. Still have that smoke, and you flash over and you're trying to force your way up quad.
Fox flashed off. Won't be able to do much from the bench position. 4 players already on 8. Ooh, JR, 1 HP. That's frustrating. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. Near back to the site, because Shander's going to play on the railing. That's playing with fire quite literally because it's at his feet. He still manages to get a kill, but Jacob gets 1 more. It's the last of which they'll find on the Dignitas side. No bomb plant down, and it's 2-0 for Vega.
2-0 for sure. Vega Squadron denying the plan once again. The force buy only really finds 2 kills with Dignitas there. Pretty decent, disappointing showing so far from them. We'll adjust on the CT side with an MP9. Still got the UMPs, of course, as well, and that 1 Famous for Chopper. Still on 3-0. Mir is on 4-1. Only $300 invested into this round by the Dignitas squad. That's the PT50 for Jacob. So his money will be a little bit lower than his teammates, but that's fine. A rush down middle, very common strategy. Try and shut down the round as quickly as possible. It's an absolute bloodbath. And the Banana side, very quick round indeed. HE Grenades find 2 frags, and the MP9s and UMPs spraying them down. This is certainly a bonus round map for sure. And MP9 will be going into round number 4 by the looks of things. It's being juggled around. Maybe they won't keep it. I see the M4 being purchased. Okay, so it does get thrown away. That would be a little bit too much, I think. So 1 UMP, 1 FAMAS, and a Scout. Still goes under the remit of the bonus round, meaning that you keep your lesser weaponry here to try and really secure your financial situation up against Dignitas, who have forced the last couple of rounds. And they're pushing down middle once again, the CTs.
Pushing down indeed, Fox. 1 kill. Tensky, oh, has to be better than that. Huchi wins a double duel, but it's Jacob that's going to swing back around and save all hope. 15 HP for him as he gets in from alt middle. A little bit late to bail his teammates out any sooner, but Huchi's luck runs out.
Yeah, it's unlikely you're going to win the round of Scouts, UMPs, for example, but if you can bring it down to 1v1, something close, just damage the economy of the T's, and you come back with a full buy next round, that's when things get interesting for you. That's when you can fully reset a team like Dignitas. So still pretty much out of this round with Chopper and Mir, low HP. They get 1 more kill, though, to keep damaging, keeping Dignitas modest. That would be great. Still have a slight chance of winning the round. Dignitas know that. I mean, very tentative so far. Set up for any sort of CT reactions. Bomb's still down at T steps. They've got smokes, they've got Molotovs. Flashbang as well. Looks like they'll head towards Banana to finish this round off. That's where Chopper will be waiting for them. He's got that aforementioned FAMAS. Smoke as well. If he times as well, he could lock them out and make things problematic for them at least. 45 seconds remain. Dignitas do edge their way up. So he'll be smoking spawns, smoking coffins. As soon as those smokes come over, Chopper needs to deploy his own. Try and get 1 kill. And maybe Mir can do the same. We'll see what happens. He's actually on this side of the map as well, so this is actually looking a little bit problematic.
Good shot, Chopper. What? Hits 2 from over the coffins. Big kill, all Rubino.
No!
Has to plant, and they push through. He's in the smoke. That's how you steal a round.
Absolutely. We need to see that in slow motion. That FAMAS from the coffins position as well. Dignitas going before the smoke blooms map means he gets vision. He gets a chance. They needed to be slower there. Just wait for the smokes to go up and actually eradicate that being a risk. They go a little bit too quickly. The double spray down comes in. And you could see the plant there. They just assume that other CT players on the other A side of the map. He goes to the open plant, tries to increase his chances of winning the round. So Jacob, great recovery into this one, but it wasn't enough. That's gutting. So the smoke hadn't gone up. You can see he gets a double frag. Yeah, it's a little bit lucky, but he shouldn't be given a chance to have any vision there. That's a little bit of a misplay from Dignitas. And now they're down to another eco. Deagles, Tech 9s. CZ as well. Not a good start for the international squad here. Certainly a new team. A couple of months this project's been going on. Impressed us at the minor somewhat. Came 3rd place to be fair, but we saw potential.
Good shot, Huchi again to take down Rubino. We did ask the question yesterday against Tyloo. Good refrag from Jacob. This actually opens up the archway. Already a rotation back towards CT from JR though, and we know he's up to the task.
Yeah.
We asked the question if you'd like a red dragon or a shark.
Sure.
Now it's a shark or a logo created in MS Paint in 2002.
Ooh.
Spicy
man.
Spicy man. That's exactly what he is on the right side. But I still wonder, what is he made of?
We'll find out. Chroman of the Deagle. Certainly good with that weapon. It's a 4-on-1 though. JR, nice discipline from him. He gets that first frag, but the second decides to fall back. Doesn't want to give anything away. Every kill means so much in these best of one, especially on the CT side. The Shannon finish things off 5-0. Maximum loss bonus for Dignitas now. A little bit unfortunate in the last few, especially in that round where they had the 3-on-2 and the low HP CT players. Gutting for them. Rubino, not an experienced in-game leader. Comes from North and the previous Dignitas lineups as well, under the helm of MSL. I'm sure he learned a lot from him, but still adjusting. And the first time, obviously, he's calling in English as well. It's difficult to adjust, and slowly but surely, the team's getting better. You see Fox with the AWP now, a player that's impressed us recently at lesser tournaments, obviously, with the minor, but he seems like a lot more assertive, I should say, at the start of each round.
Flames on the stairs. Flash out, smoke off. Croman wanted to take the peek, but can't now.
Yeah. Ooh. Default for now for Dignitas. Edging for some banana control, pretty standard stuff. Apartments as well, so Tensky and Fox have picked that up. Fox might take a challenge towards CT spawn. He does indeed, but smoked out. Probably has to fall back, fires off a shot, just for good luck. Yeah, I've got that. I mentioned apartments control. Rubino there with the bomb as well. Trying to get the first pick. Did pull a rotation over towards B as well, but JR falls back. He's obviously the AWP. He's down to 40 HP. little bit of a fake here towards B. Flashing over, trying to bait out another smoke perhaps here. Mid control coming in. Jacob sees the gap in the smoke. So the CT will actually gift him a kill. They actually edge back towards the B side. So 2 smokes. Bit of a blunder here last time into this bomb site. Can they rectify previous mistakes?
JR's outside of the smoke, locked off, still nearly gets a shot through it. Mir gets Chrome, and Dignitas need T rounds. We talked about CT side of issues. Well, they better hope they've rectified those in completion. We saw an improvement. But is that enough if you don't have any T rounds? Finally, they get a bomb plant down on B, re-smoke off towards CT, and a double stack toward Emo. Tensky on 7 needs to be the aggressor. It's very, very passive. Everyone in the back line of the site. 2 Emo, 1 at new box, and Tensky needed to be aggressive, but not in the open. JR takes him down. They know exactly where the op is. Hasn't found the opening shot. Fox will this time. They get closer, and Mir gets a better angle. Surely they're going to check for the stack at the back of the site, and they do. Good trade from Mir. Beck is going to find number 6.
Yeah, that double stack shouldn't be going down like that, man. As you pointed out, Tensky, he needs to be staying alive. He needs to show presence and then bait out the bomb as long as he possibly can. The fact he goes down that early was a nice play from Vega Squadron. To be fair, I think they boosted up in CT spawn to take him down. He needs to wait till they're right next to the bomb, try and find 1 kill, stay alive, duck and weave, and then he baits in his teammate who's in towards that emo position in the shadow, just lurking. And the hope is they don't check it in all the chaos. Doesn't really go down like that, and they're ready for it. 6-0 now for Vega Squadron. Dignitas feeling the pressure here. Trying to make it to the major. Just joined us. This is it. The final round of the major qualifier. Both teams at 2-2. Whoever wins actually makes it to the major qualifier. Coming up in Krakow, and loser gets nothing. Round number 7. JR still with the AWP. Lots of money available for Vega Squadron. A couple of players a bit more modest. They got 2 players on 3k, but JR the AWPer just over 6 grand as well. Same story for Mir. So they're fine. Dignitas, with the bomb going down and the maximum loss bonus, can bring AKs out once again. Default play so far with banana executions coming in. Bomb going down. The approach is good. It's just the final plays of the clutches falling against them. Grenades towards banana to start. A little bit of damage inflicted towards Fox. Hasn't got the AWP this time. Another default coming in.
Tensky firing through. Big damage done to Choppa. Hey, remember that guy called Pachanga?
Didn't someone like him quite a lot?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Don't remember his name.
Flash out Croman. They'll get to the top mid. Bomb still down toward T-stairs, so back to get that is Rubino. Chopper with 22 after the initial exchange is very close to being countered.
There's no one at B right now at all. 5 players alive. The CT's opting to have 5 at A, 1 in the arch as well. This is a bit insane.
Yeah, and they, like, even there's 1 person there, look how fast they go.
Well,
that's actually ridiculous because they went in with confidence, having only had a lurk go down on A. But they make it plant. Mirror's going to have to work through Chapel. This should be the best chance they've had for a round yet.
Surely.
Slow pace from Vega. Kits on 4 of 5. 9 players still alive with bomb. 20% into its tick time. As Fox finds 2. Gashander gets a trade onto him, but his job done. Rubinho going to take down JR. It's all under Hood G. This time they convert. Very, very interesting rotation from Vega, I have to say.
Yeah.
Especially when you have the lead, you don't need to take those risks.
They had a 5-on-4. They had a bit of presence towards the A side of the map, and left B completely open. One of the hardest sites to retake in Counter-Strike generally. Like, it's up there with outside bomb stun and train for sure. And okay, well, an all-in moment from Vega Squadron backfires there. And Fox, great work by him. 2 big frags, the damage to the 3rd as well. So well played by Fox. Not on the AWP this time. You can see what it means to him. Bit of a walk right there as we go into round number 8. Good recovery by Dignitas. Good default. Lost the first pick and find an open B bomb. So I don't think that'll be happening again. Very interesting. JR still on the AWP. A couple of players, as I mentioned before, feeding a burn. UMP for Chopper. Hudkey on the Famous. Aggressive stuff there from JR. It's difficult to make that play. Usually getting naded at the start. Doesn't get too punished for it. Spots a couple of players in the second mid area though. Dignitas open things up, finding Chopper at the very start there. That's Tensky. Good job by him. That was Chopper pushing aggressively at the banana position. I think that shot was through the smoke as well, you know, so it's quite impressive. Another 5-on-4, but this time in favor of Dignitas. They actually had the disadvantage last round, so presumably this converts to a victory as well.
JR to watch down banana, smoke off in front of quad. Cassandra, getting a little more aggressive, but they anticipate that smoke is going to be used as Setch, and they'll put some damage into him. He's got a decent gap, that smoke.
Yes, indeed.
Rubino walks directly. Oh, he lets him
not
go.
see him?
I think he saw him. He just let him go. He wants the surprise. He definitely saw Tensky. He'll know they're at the arch side as well because they're rotating back into sight, trying to set Crossfire forward. That's going to allow Jacob out, though, as he gets, well, shoots at a corpse. And then a little confused, I will say. Bombs down, Mir in the back of the site, 2 versus 2, and the rotation's not here. They've got to go on him now. But a third kill for Mir. And Jacob with 6 HP. This round done as well. Vega will find 7, and Dignitas finds the reset.
Not the prettiest CS I've ever seen, Matt, but it works out just above our Vega squadron. Dignitas, everyone looking a bit confused there. They said the communication on the desk was going to be important, right? And it seemed like Dignitas are pre-firing their own teammates and looking a little bit discombobulated when making their way on the side as well. Mir, great job. Like I said, I think this was a kill through the smoke. There it is. Yeah, it was indeed. And then Mir from the bomb site up against 3, mows them down. The AWPer rushing them down instead of the AK is a bit of a mess, I have to say. And that's quite a harsh reset for Dignitas as well. Looking a little bit out of their depth here against Vega Squadron. 7-1. Money not great as well. Option force buy into this round or take not even a partial buy. I can't really afford that. Just have to be the eco here and go down 8-1. Still quite early days though. We won't get too ahead of ourselves. A lot of pressure in this game. Take the pause. Look what the problems are. The defaults are working though. Finding the opening picks. They're getting map control. Just falling at the final hurdles each and every time. Merb, very good job. 16 kills, Map, after 8 rounds. That's like godlike. That's insane. Like 16 kills at the end of a half is good.
Yeah. No,
he's got that in 8.
I mean, 3 kills from the back of the site in the last round. Saves them on that one. And
a huge round as well. Oh,
Yep.
it's a force buy. Oh, okay.
yeah, things
Here
are
we
getting
go.
desperate.
Now we're getting there.
Henry's getting tilted.
Now I don't mind this one. I like the excitement, I like the implication. We'll see what happens.
We live a dangerous life.
Yeah. What does it mean for this team?
Glad you put the team in there, otherwise it was just a dead meme.
Exactly.
Smoke down top mid. They'll sit back by the bench position for now. Flash is going to go out from the apartments through the new windows, but Molotov's down. Croman finds a way by them. He's waiting for the flashes to go in, hence the back turn. Sees one above, but it's too late to respond. It won't be too late for Rubino, but it is for Jacob. Tensky gets a trade. 3-3 in sight. Rotation from bottom of banana, but look at Mir again, finding an angle. Only one this time. Chopper's not at a move from the corner.
Yeah, he might be undetected.
Rubino's looking, okay, I think he's actually looking for JR, who's going to spot him first, and that's the round. Sorry, Fox.
Okay, we'll give him a chance.
No.
He's got time to work with it. Sure, not a great position for him. Okay, there it is. JR, good rotations. Another good performance from him on Inferno so far. So what did Dignitas bring to the table there? A set piece. They had 1 AK, Tech 9s, armor, smokes. 2 smokes coming in to cover off the pit, flashing out, trying to get up the apartments and the core position. Trading frags initially. Vega Squadron, though, trading as well. It comes down to a 2-on-2. JR hits quite a difficult shot there towards the pit. Normally on that bike as well, you have the advantage. You should be nailing that shot given that sort of time, but JR comes around, finds it, and then Fox could do nothing. Rotation towards the arch meant that JR had a good angle to find the final frag. 8-1, full eco now. Guaranteed round for Vega Squadron pretty much. After filling their head up in the last round, this is a chance for them to recover their money, keep all 5 players alive. Got a UMP as well to farm some cash. Bomb should not be going down. It should be almost impossible to find a frag really on a map like Inferno with this sort of buy. No nades, no armor, 1 PT50, that's it. Pressure mounting now for Dignitas. Haven't had a good showing here whatsoever. It's going to be 9-1.
Ooh, good cross. Watch the boost. Mir's the one that's there.
Ooh, okay.
Runs out of ammo. Croman gets a kill, but Chopper's got Rubino down, and it's just Croman. We're about to go 9-1 Vega. I'm convinced.
1 kill maybe.
Not just baited all the way in. Oh, well, fair enough. They don't get the angle on him in time, Croman.
That's probably pretty much as good as they're ever going to get with that sort of buy. 2 kills. Keep the CTs modest, you know. It's something. Gotta look at the positive sometimes. Number 11, another buy for Dignitas. Third save loss bonus means to get $2,400 per player. AKs, no warp this time for Fox, not a huge deal. Inferno, still working on the map, still feels like it's in its infancy. We haven't seen anyone really had a master it yet, in my opinion. So, 5 AK is absolutely fine. Multiplayer from Dig. Needs to be looking for at least 4 rounds to have a serious chance here on Inferno.
Pensky behind the flames with a flash out that won't fully catch off Mir, but they still find the kill on him. And JR just gets back around the corner, goes for more. He was blind, but he gets position anyway. Chopper with 2 kills on the SMG. Wrong time to draw out the nade, so back to the pistol and a crossfire set. Vega is slaughtering Dignitas.
That was an absolute mess. Dignitas just look out of their depth right now. They don't really have a response. They go towards Banana, they get 1 frag, and instead of being like calm about it and saying, right, fall back, go back into the default, like a lot of teams would do there, they opt to rush through. And unfortunately for them, sure, there's 3 players in total for B bomb side, but that's quite standard these days in a CT setup. You're going and smoking the bomb at the start of your teammates, and if you're going to rush P like that, the rotations will be very fast on the CTs, and the AWP gets given an easy shot. No refrag potential for Dignitas. First player runs around the corner, wide peak, taken down. Lots of nades at their feet, and yeah, it's just a bit of a mess overall from Dignitas. You can see the rounds they're struggling in here. Another eco, looking like this will be 11-1. Hutchie finds a grenade kill. Nikim gets 1, but that's all he'll get. Fox, the last remaining player, before I can even finish that sentence, he's down. Matt, this could be Vega Squadron at the major. As you pointed out in the pregame, they actually managed to deny NIP of all teams their major spot last time with a huge performance. Could be giving Dignitas the same treatment here. I haven't been impressed by the Dig side yet. This is not a performance of a major qualifying team so far. On a map we know they're good at. They play this.
Well, yeah, we've seen both sides on, but yeah, we've seen improvement, and I would be convinced and compelled to say that, yeah, this is a favorable map for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They'd be happy with this Vita, right? They wouldn't be, oh, wow, this
No,
map's
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. No, this is an abysmal showing, I'm afraid, from Dignitas. Croman,
Yeah, that's why
take every gift you can get. So Cheeto pushes back down, makes up for it immediately.
That's what you have to do on the CT side. Lose a frag, a reaction comes in. Actually, sure, he goes down to 12 HP, but he's done enough. 4 and 4. Scared off Dignitas for now. That's second in place. You can probably do it once, a half, I would say. If you start doing it consistently, JR's tried it a couple of times now. You get naded, you get Molotov down, he gets burnt alive. Just about didn't get away. Dignitas still with the advantage, though. 4 and 4 with Hutchie low HP. Inferno definitely favours the T's in this sort of scenario. Kashanda. Does he go for it? Jakin will have no idea. Spots the gun. Easy kill. Just about. Goes down to 5 HP.
Nope. Just gonna back off, go down toward Banana. The rest of them will do the same. They're already there, in fact. Fox leads off with the AWP. Chopper's gonna go back in the site where he's played well passively. Sets another crossfire with the rotation of Mir. Those 2 together have been good, and
perfect.
You're right. 5 HP it is. They're already in the site, but he's so hot on their heels that all they have to do is this, slow them down, get a few kills, and guess what? Kashander closing the round. Or Mir steals it.
Yeah, they're getting absolutely wrecked right now.
This is Vega Squadron battering Dignitas as if they're NIP.
Yeah, like this is Dignitas, like not looking like a team. It seems like they're nervous. The comms are off. They're getting the first pick, and then at that point the round crumbles. They decide to go towards B. No one's watching the flank. No one even thinks it's a possibility the CT come behind us. And every advantage they have, they're throwing it away. The banana control, the banana executes look so poor. Like they look so kind of apprehensive to commit to the push. Like they're not actually going into the team. One person goes down, everyone lets go of W, and they're kind of standing, trying to duel as long as they can. Nades raining on top of them, crossfires coming in. Vega Squadron are absolutely loving this. Looking unlikely Dignitas make it to a major at this point. This is grim. Vega Squadron, very good. And Mir, 22 frags after 13 rounds. Nuts. Dig now, like I said, 4 rounds required. That's not even possible anymore. Desperately need the 3. Look at Mir, like, where are the flashbangs? Where's anything? Why is that so easy for him? Eddie.
Well,
1 bomb plant this half, so far, just a note.
yeah, that's actually shocking. Well, one that was defused. The plants are 2, including the round they won, just to be clear. But yeah, it's still ridiculous. Shander again, finding a double, looking for a triple, but Jacob's there. Fox trades Mir. He's down, but it's Fox in a 1 versus 2. Round 14, they need every round they can get. Bomb is not that direction, Fox. It's on top of the crate. He'll get it now. Is he? He still won't get it, actually. He's got to jump up. He's realized it, but it's bought a lot of time for Vega, and he's not even going to get away after putting this bomb down. Dead instantly.
Yeah, rough scenes there for Dignitas. You can't even be mad about this one if you dig. Like, he just didn't show up at all. It seems like he got a real lack of understanding how to finish the rounds off. They're very good at the defaults, getting some basic map control. Just getting into the bomb sites is not quite good enough. Like they seem like as soon as they get a pick, they just want to fully commit straight away, and they're running into what right now is the superior firepower Vega squadron, and just having just pretty basic crossfires on each side and just mowing them down. They need to just get that pick, slow things down, try and get another, then go for the final commitment. Like, it's a bit rough to watch them keep going towards that B site over and over, but 13-1, surely can't be 14 here. Another bomb plant and maximum loss bonus, of course. Need this round for Dignitas desperately. Fox with the AWP. Glass cannon to that, and he has the AWP and no armor. There you are, looking towards middle, flashed off, will fall back to the corner. Holds a different line. Another default from Dig here. Like we said, they've been good at this part of the round. It's the final stages that lets them down here. They can get 13-2, we still have a game. Win the pistol, but oh god. Playing with fire there, just walking out of the boiler. It's pretty hard to watch what they're doing, but still alive for now. No flashbangs, nothing to push their AWP off. He should be dead, the player that walked out the boiler room.
JR going to sit back passively inside of the library to see if anyone's going to walk around the corner. Tensky makes his way up by the bag cubby. Watch the push from Hutji. Oh, he got flashed out. Jacob's ready for it. He goes down. They smoke off. They go arch. JR's ready. Bomb down again. He's called that. Tries to get around the corner. He nearly had the aim there. Kroman gets the shot instead. And it's Mir that's the next in a perfect position. Missed shot finally from Mir. Chopper. They know he's been playing new box. Good read from Tensky. And I think we've got 13-2 at the very least.
We have, for sure. Good recovery there. Jacob especially. 2 big frags from him. And like I said, that first frag, like, lucky to not give one away from the boiler room, but well recovered. B-split coming in the first time they showed that tactic. Like, we didn't see much in terms of the strategy there from Dignitas. First pick, going back and very basic contact plays into which bomb site. They get 2 on the board. They know that's not good enough. It's going to take a miracle here to get them into the major. Need this CD pistol. Lose this map, I'm saying that's it. It's over. I don't think they have what it takes. Get it, we might have a chance here. Dignitas, so much pedigree in this team. Jacob, Rubino, Fox, to some extent Tensky as well. All very experienced players. Played at majors. Know what it takes and should be giving us more than this at this point. But Vega Squadron, very solid team individually and knocking it down right now. Jacob, first contact. It's going to be a B rush here. Can the CDs hold them off? Oh, God.
Hutji, only managing 1. Jacob, that's better of, I was going to say better of Dignitas. But they've come out worse for wear. Vega again finding the kills on the way through. Kashander will plant. It's wide open. It's an odd plant, but they can play it from just about any angle in the site, not Banana. They don't seemingly want Banana. They're going to cover off toward Ruins where both players are. Kroman and Fox lose this, and we might have another 16-2 for Vega this time to put them into a major. Pressure's on. Bomb planted. No kit picked up. Fox in the open. They got 1 kill out of it. Unfortunately, oh, he's got to reload. I was going to say Fox is left outnumbered and outmanned. No. He's out of ammo. He's got to go for it. And JR says, bring it on. I am up to the chest. Ballsy from JR, I have to say. All he had to do was run out the time, but that is even just a bigger slap to the face.
Absolutely. You say what? You're going to run at me with a knife? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's dance. Oh, it's a gutting way to finish the round off as well. No one really is talking in the Dignitas camp. Pistol round going against them, 14-2. They went for a double stack, and Ubox actually quite like that idea. It's a knife to finish things off. Fox knew it was over this one. Even if he got the stabbing, which he did, he actually got the first stabbing, took it down to 5 HP. So, wasn't quite enough. Has to be the force by him, fortunately for Dignitas. 3 AKs. Vega Squadron will take it so tentatively. Don't give anything away. Don't rush. Use your nades. Use the AKs. They've done damage to Fox as well. He's got the scout down to 18 HP. You're absolutely right. 16-2, very likely once again. And another major qualifier for Vega Squadron against a big name. Dignitas here on the ropes. Vega Squadron there working the body, taking Fox down. Getting some map control. It's Croman on the pallet in middle. He's been good for Dignitas, been a fan, but this might be a little bit too much for him. Brave.
Pensky was brave indeed. Gets the opening kill, no gun. Picked up. Fox already tagged to 18 as well on the scout. JR. Boosted up to the atrium. It's got the end on the AK, but it's Jacob and Croman and Pensky that are actually going to man up and potentially steal the round away. They've got armor and an AK. Got armor on all three, in fact, but Mirror looks to go back to the bomb. Knows Jacob was down in this direction somewhere. Spots him up, but he's already tagged. He's trying to get the shot in. He's running out of ammo. Oh, Jacob wants the knife now. That's
Everyone
cute.
wants to go with a knife. He can just about do this. I think he'll be denied by Croman. Yeah, he almost certainly will. He's got a smoke for CT spawn. If he can deploy that quickly, which he does, he's got a chance of planting. 5 seconds. Go for the plant. He's going to go down. Could win this. Very unlikely, but at least he gets a plant in. Push the smoke, maybe.
Mirror.
No way.
That's unbelievable. He's got it down. 2
No
HP
way.
tag. Pensky.
He knows he won't have a kid as well. He can just play him here. Oh, this would be nuts.
Croman, remember, it's the steal for Dignitas if they win this. Croman's going to go hunting. He's buying more time here just from not peeking, just from being down around behind the wall. Oh, Croman is making so much noise as well. Mir knows there's no panic.
He's done it.
Knows that he can go toward the bomb. Knows that he has to tap it this time around. He's got to get the gun back.
He's done it.
He has done it. There's no time. It's map point for Vega. Croman gets outdone this time by Mir. And they recover the round and find map point.
3 versus 1 in that scenario as well. That just breaks my heart to see that. Unfortunately for Dignitas, that's going to be match point. Lost the force by in the previous round as well. Mir, though, what a game he's having. Lights out across the board. 25 frags. A 3 versus 1 clutch with 30 seconds to actually get them over to match point as well. That's really impressive, I have to say. What a play. Everything was perfect. I said he has a smoke down the spawn, just get to plant. There's a chance. I didn't think he'd actually win it, though. My God. Has to be CZ's, max 7s. 1 AK for Jacob from the previous round. 13 rounds in a row for overtime. That's a task in itself. Good luck, Dignitas. We all know which way this one's going, but what a fairy tale to be. The wall bangs through there. Look at
Wow.
That's Kashanda. Oh, he got him! Oh!
That's amazing. Sitting there with the shotgun at the top of the stairs.
Insult to injury at this point.
If there's anything that encapsulates this game,
Yeah.
like Dignitas comes into it, Fox pulls out the knife, JR, it's like, okay, you want to put your dick on the table? We have a way bigger one because they are just BDPing them everywhere right now.
Yeah, every round has got one of these moments that you just hate to see. 5 and 4. Vega Squadron not giving anything away just yet. Full execution towards B. 4 smokes to work with, a Molotov as well. That'll probably go in Tensky's position. They're going to push through the smoke. This could be their unraveling here. That's not the play that's required, but only 1 frag so far. Tensky chiming in as well. Maybe there's something here as Jacob finds the third. I have to say, that was a bit of an overcommitment from the T's, and this round surely going away from them now. Up to JR, who's sneaking in the back here from Ruins. Surely not another 3-on-1. This can't be the way Dignitas go out. Make some noise. That's giving his position away. 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to say it now. Guaranteed victory. No way he gets this. Come on. Oh, God. 10 seconds. Okay, still fine.
It's all fine, Hank. So they do pull it off this time, Dignitas, but it's a long uphill battle, and none of them really look that encouraged by it.
Why would you? It's so disheartening to be in this situation. So much on the line, sure. But you just don't see this happening. Not the way that things have gone so far, but they do win a key round there. That was Vega Squadron with the mistake at that point. Once that smoke was deployed, where's the communication there? They have a 5 and 4. You still have 45 seconds. You do not need to rush the bomb site 1 by 1. I'm not sure who it was. I missed it, but he just runs through the smoke, and then when one player does that and goes down, you have to go in. You can't. You're committed at that point. If one player's made that horrible call just to go through smoke by himself, and maybe not that player's fault, it could be the call to go in, and his teammates apprehensive when the smoke went down. Some input lag going on, but that was pretty poor. When the smoke was deployed, you have time there. There was a second just to go, cancel, don't go in. We'll wait. It's fine. We still got smokes. Tensky stepping out there in the CZ. Manages to find them around. Jacob chimed in as well. Have a look at the scoreboard. Rubino 6 for 17. Croman 9. Big players for Dignitas. Jacob 16 kills. He has been very good, to be fair. Hard to say that when they've got 3 rounds, but he's been hitting shots. Good job by Fox. Gets that first kill. Interesting force buy from Vega Squadron considering their lead, but would have been double eco anyway, I think, so it's not a big deal.
Jacob already down banana. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Go for the flank. No waiting, no trigger discipline. Get JR out of the round. Back off. Croman is decent at anchoring in pit. Finds 2 kills from balcony. Yeah, apartments push is shut down as Mir goes back around to the apartments and looks to see if he can find a way out of boiler. Tech 9 in hand. Had armor as well, but 1 versus 5. Minute and 4. Dignitas going to find their 4th round that should appear.
They will, for sure. I guess it's not a big deal. It's got so much to work with here. Vegas could have just kind of fully get there. Had AKs out earlier, or a full buy if they wanted to, maybe a JR ult, but with the force buy didn't get much done. Fox with a nice face towards middle, got the first kill. Shut them down, then kills coming from Croman as well. He's a very decent CD player. Might not have a chance to show us really what he's made of. Last frag coming in here momentarily. No chance to really do anything with it. There it is though. 2 in a row for Dignitas. 13-2 in the first half. Every time you hear that sound as the round begins, I mean it is indeed match point.
You'll
hear it horned Dignitas, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'll hear it a lot, or, well, you might not. I could stand right now. Could just be all over.
Could be.
There's no real money for Vega, so we should hear it at least one more time if everything goes according to plan.
So, before they go here, Vega Squadron will get $2,400 next round with their 2K right now, so about $4,400 per player, meaning they can get AKs, smokes, flashbangs, probably not Molotovs. Chance to Dignitas to try and keep 5 players alive here.
Back off. In banana, pushed back is Jacob.
Good for the fire.
Tensky, good shot down, gets 3, looks for the 4th. Oh, he's out of ammo. 5 HP. G will get him at the very least. Could have been exciting to find a 4K for him, but job's done.
What are they doing?
Hoochie. Oh, careful with that crosshair placement. Gets 2 more kills, but we go 15-5 now.
Yeah, almost gives them an opportunity to win that round. No reason to hunt him until he starts planting the bomb. Made things a bit scary, but still, they win the round. Economy is not such a huge factor here. If you lose 1 round, that's it anyway. 15-5. 10 in a row now. Slowly but surely, it's seeming at least realistic. That could be a thing. Not the best to buy for Vega Squadron. It's AKs and 4 smokes and a Molotov. Rubino goes towards banana to start. Deploy a smoke for his teammate. He'll fall back towards middle. Croman and boiler. And for some reason, they're coming down at the back turn. And Croman delivers 2 nice kills there from the boiler room. Rubino trying to get the 3rd here. Taken down by Kashanda. A crazy round so far.
Reggie's going to slide up from the atrium as well. Molotov that goes inside of the apartments actually spills over the edge, so he can't get tight with the hay bales and then try and find a shot in the sight, but he gets it anyway. Croman down, Fox as well. Hoochie with absolute brilliant accuracy. And it's 2 men remaining for Dignitas. Vega's going to get a bomb plant. This could be the end of it, finally.
We'll see. Jacob and Tensky. Jacob, the star player for Dig so far, he's dead. That's going to be it, I think. Tensky now has got the kit, but no more grenades. 3 kills required. Goes down, and there it is. Vega Squadron are going to the major. Dignitas never really showed up to this map, but you can see what it means. These last few games are going to be exciting in terms of what the implication is going forward. 1 map, and that will take you to the big event. Vega squad do it 16-5, and that's gutting for Dignitas. A new project, sure, but this was such a bad performance from them. It's not what we've come to expect of these names. It looks better in the minor.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just shocking on the T side.
Yeah, Jacobs played in a semifinal. Fox has played in 2.
Yeah.
One with the original lineup of what was then Gamers 2 King win. Now, obviously, it was transcended into phase. And, of course, as a sub for SK in the last major, he won't be there this time. Neither will Jacob, neither will Rubino, who was on Dignitas in the last, now North. But, yeah, it's Vega Squadron. Another huge performance in a minor, or excuse me, in a qualifier.
Yeah.
But this time it's the decider game, and they actually make it through. And they'll be playing in the major. We've got one spot left to find.
It's not the result I expected. I've been impressed with Vega Squadron, I have to say. Like, the individual skill, it seems to be off the scale. And this kind of begs the question, right? With this kind of talent available in that region, in the CIS region, like with teams like Navi struggling and kind of having quiet times from Gambit as well, do they start looking to these sort of teams and thinking, wow, the likes of Kashanda, Mir, JR, these are really sick players and players that probably could play at the top tier?
Yeah, I think so. I think that JR has been absolutely exceptional. This game, he was good. Yes, he had some
Mir was
good
probably MVP,
yeah, but exactly that. I was going to say good mobility, but Mir stepped up. But JR's consistency as an in-game leader on the AWP has been exceptional, and they're in the major. I say Immortals definitely is a chance for upset. People are going to be more aware. These guys could be a dark horse almost, in that no one really is going to prepare necessarily or correctly for them if they underestimate them in the slightest. Who knows?
Commiserations to Dignitas, I have to say, not really good enough. Normally, like a sort of really tight game, and you feel sorry for them. But this one, I feel like
did you have Vega over top of Dig for this?
No, I think Dignitas.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I just feel like they just didn't show up at all. Their T side, they seem panicked. They seem a bit out of their depth. But I could talk about that all day. I'm sure you're aware of that. But we'll throw it over to Paul. One more game to go, Matt. Guys, what do you say about that one?
Thanks, Henry. Nice setup. Wasn't quite brutal. Wasn't quite savage enough. They did get wrecked, though. 16-5 overall in the end. It's really, I feel badly for Rubino because I know how much effort he's put in. I know how much time he's spent with this team already. You made a really good point, I think, a couple of days ago when we were talking about Dignitas. This is a major too early, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that kind of summarizes why.
It does seem like it. Like, listen, if this game gets replayed 5 times more, probably half of those times, 3 times, Dignitas is going to win the game. This is just how it is at the moment. Vega, I think you need to give props to them. Yeah. Came out firing, no fear, came there to win. First gun round, they just go super aggressive down mid, don't really care. And that, once you lose pistol on the T side of Inferno and you have to deal with aggression very early on, you're put in an extremely uncomfortable position, especially a team like Dignitas, who is a new team, doesn't really have a deep playbook, doesn't have many ways to deal with aggression like that, and you could see them struggling to find solutions, going for some gambly plays, blind plays, into let's go for a contact play towards B, hope that they're going to play close, we can make the trades, take the side. But Vega, for example, that particular round plays more passive. They have an amazing hold, and the gun round just goes to waste.
Yeah, and on top of that, even the times when Dignitas actually got to execute the bomb side, the times that we were watching from a CT perspective, especially, you just saw that they weren't really getting pressure. They weren't getting flashed. Too easy for the CT side of Vega Squadron to just dismantle that attack from Dignitas time and time again.
Some questionable plays also in this round where they had it was towards the end of 3v2 situation, right? How you allow players to just get a double kill without getting refragged. Vega was just much better individually, especially Mir early on. Like, he was all over the map. Towards the A bomb side where he usually plays, towards the B bomb side at times when he needs to rotate, and so forth. Like, he had that crazy round with the hold from site where he got 4 kills. Like, that completely crushed Dignitas.
I feel like it's fitting that they kind of end the same way they started. Super aggressive and just good-looking CT.
Yeah, I mean, that when you go back to day one and you go back to that Hellraisers game, they were 10-5 up at the first half. Could have easily been higher than that as well. They looked really good, and we were just like, wow, where have these boys come from? And then they just absolutely threw it away in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously to the help of Dignitas, but this time Vega actually seemed like, even in the situation we talked about with the game, that usually they have the ideas and strategies, but the execution, and after the initial strategies taking place, that's when it usually falls apart for this team. But this time they were the one that were smarter a lot of the times. Even when they were in a 2-on-3 situation, they were given that little bit of room, like Hoochie in the last round, for example. He managed to sneak his way between the flames and the wall. He gets double kill, and that kind of moves around in their direction. So yeah, this time around they were the one being a little bit smarter.
I think without a doubt, unfortunately for Dignitas, this is Vega's best game at the tournament so far, you know, and at a crucial moment for them. Obviously, a huge achievement for them making it to the major, and now they'll have a couple of weeks time to prepare and try to, you know, dish out a couple more upsets.
Yeah, just looking at the list of the 7 teams that have gone through now. G2 been there before, Mao's been there before, Penta as an organisation have been there before, Cloud9 obviously been there before, and then the last 3, Big, Immortals, Vega Squadron. 3 brand new names.
Yeah, and a lot of new players we haven't seen there before. Now we have 2 Estonian players getting into the major, more Finnish players getting into the majors. A lot of new names coming in.
Serbian. Yeah, I was going to say, get that in there as well.
Yeah, and also Vega didn't have to go through the open qualifier, but had to go through the closed qualifier for the CIS minor before playing in the minor. Just shows you, you know, how big of a grind it is. It actually takes like 3 months from the start of the open qualifier, or 2 months to get to the actual major qualifier, and then to make it into the major. It's a huge grind.
Yeah, let's bring in someone from Vega Squadron right now to talk to us. Hello, sir. I guess, okay, this is what you were aiming for, but did you, in your wildest dreams, did you think you could make the major?
Yeah, I think so. That's why the guys were working hard. Like, they never give up, and I'm just happy. I'm speechless, to be honest.
No, I can only imagine. I think it's great that, you know, Vega Squadron are a very good group of people, great company, obviously, great organisation, and they've given you as a team the backup and the support and the practice and boot camps and everything. They've given you everything you needed to do to be successful.
Yeah, that's true. They like cover all our needs, and we just have to play Counter-Strike, and the guys, they're doing it just great.
Any words at the end between the players? Was there anything said?
Not really. I'm just wondering how guys were calm, like during all the game. We had to reset.
You wondered how they were calm?
Yeah, to be honest, because like I was really nervous during the day. The guys went to the hotel to rest, to sleep some, and I was there here in the studios for the whole day. It was like worst hours in my life waiting for the final match. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've stood behind teams before, not at this level, but I can feel you right now, right? It's horrible because you can't do anything, can you? Once they're in the game, that's it. They're kind of in the game. I saw you behind the team today, and you genuinely looked quite nervous, were you?
Yeah, that's true. I was like, I'm happy that the guys, they're like, they got their head in game, so they have no time to be nervous. So.
So it's just you
that's on me at this point.
Congrats. We've got a couple of people here on the panel that would like to give you a couple of questions, I'm sure.
Yeah, what kind of approach do you guys have for this game? I mean, obviously playing against Dignitas and then, you know, getting into Inferno, you get the CT start. We saw you guys were very aggressive, you know, just trying to be in their face all the time. Was that a conscious decision, especially in this kind of a situation? You know, it's a high-pressure game. You're playing against a Dignitas team that is necessarily not the most tactical team in the world.
Like, we didn't really... It didn't really matter to us what team to play. Like, during the draw, we got Dignitas. We were like, okay, we'll just play our game and focus on that. That's it.
It did seem like in your game against Tyloo on Inferno, you know, it was a lot more messy with the decision-making in some situations. Here you came out with a lot of aggression. It did seem like everyone on the team was focused and that you really wanted to take the game to Dignitas. Was this something that the team discussed, like that this is your natural play style and that the game against Tyloo you didn't really play your own game? Or was it aimed at, you know, try to make Dignitas uncomfortable, try to make them squirm, that's going to force them into making mistakes of their own?
I think that the guys just got their heads like fully into the game, focused on that, and they tried their best to not overthink themselves. And I think that's the key for this win.
Okay.
It is indeed. All right, well, thank you very much. We'll let you go and celebrate with your fellow
Congrats.
players. And
Congratulations.
We'll
Thank
see
you,
you at the
guys.
major.
Thank you. See ya.
Vega Squadron through then as a brand new team. They join Immortals and Big as new teams that will be at the major in just a few weeks' time. What a great achievement for the boys in blue, and the Sharks, of course, will be on the stickers. Looking forward to those. One more match to go today. It's been a wild ride these last couple of months through the qualifiers, and you know, I've watched open qualifiers and closed qualifiers and all the minors and everything else. It's coming to an end now. So it's I just can't understand how some of these players have got through all of these different tournaments. It's just so long.
The qualifier inception, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
you go from a qualifier to a qualifier to a qualifier to qualify for the qualifier. Potentially,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
with Dignitas did exactly that. They did
so
3 open qualifiers.
It is a massive grind. It can be up to like almost 30 maps of games you have to play just to be able to make it to the major. Yeah, I mean, and I think there's always going to be some flaws in the system. We talk about the Swiss system. There's the luck of the draw kind of a thing. But still, the big picture, it's
still the greatest tournament to play in the world, though.
And every team that gets through deserves it.
Yeah. Okay.
Period.
Let's dip into our social media bank of questions. We're trying to get through as many as we can, and I want to make an apology to all the people that did make lots of questions. We haven't been able to get to anywhere near the amount of questions that you put in there, so I apologise for that. But we will try and sneak a few more in before our final game.
We had those already.
Yeah, we can't. Can we get a new? We've had so many questions. We've had to go back to the original one that we've already done.
All right then.
If you want.
We're fixing it. Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
Mistakes happen occasionally.
It's been a pretty smooth sailing
Rarely
the
for
past few days.
rarely for PGL.
I blame Vlad.
Exactly. We all blame Vlad
Do we?
for everything
Yeah.
in life.
I think he's so savage as a producer. I think he should be on the panel.
Exactly. Get a chair and get Vlad here.
Any thoughts on the new Inferno being played in this major? Says Logic on Reddit.
I think
Good, bad, ugly,
Yeah.
indifferent. I mean, it's been played quite a few times.
I mean, I think the thing, something Moses is bringing up a lot is the fact that how economy is such a huge factor in this map. You need so many grenades to hold off on the city side that teams are kind of leaning towards saving their weapons far too early into situations where that kind of takes away from the excitement of the map, because a lot of the great stuff happen in the retakes, doesn't it?
Yeah. You don't want them to be in eco mode too often, do you? Not full eco mode, anyway.
Yeah, of course. I also believe Inferno is one of the legacy maps, right, up there with Dust 2 and the like, and it's a favorite for many players. So once it got back into the pool, a lot of teams were willing to pick it up almost immediately, unlike Nuke, where it got back, because it's a bit of a specialist map. So it's one of those maps similar to maybe Mirage or Cash that a lot of teams are willing to play. It's somewhere on their depth chart, maybe not their number one. You only have a few teams who like first pick Inferno. Fnatic is the first team that comes to mind. So it's a map where without too much work put into it, you can reach like a solid level.
Yeah, I mean, the strats aren't that different in the main. I mean, some things are, but you can transfer them over from playing it before if you had a good Inferno, can't you?
The structure of the map is more or less the same. Of course, you can't throw the smokes over the roof, and the banana is changed a little bit, and the apps, but it's not like the bomb site is in a different place or anything like that. The dynamics of the map remain the same.
All right, thank you very much. Our final break is ahead of us, as well as our final match as well. It is one game left. That's right, we now have 15 teams confirmed for the PGL Krakow Major in just a few weeks' time. We need one more, and I guess you could say we've saved the best to last. This one is going to be fire. It is Liquid versus Flipside. It's coming up next.
Coming up next, Flipside versus